Hi, today we're standing here inside of the new 2017 Forest River Berkshire 34 QS at DeMartini RV in sales. Just want to go over a couple of the quick features and some of the main selling points. With all of our Forest River Berkshire brands, we use high-end MCD shades throughout. Here you have your day shade and then you're also your night shade in between. So MCD shade is by far one of the highest end in the industry. We have all of our furniture by Williamsburg. With the 34 QS, you're going to have the quad slides. So the benefit is you have opposing slides in your living area. You have your booth dinette here that drops down into a bed, and then you also will have your living room opposing slide over here that has a love seat that pulls out into a bed as well. With all the Forest River Berkshire brands too, you're going to have solid hardwood cabinetry fronts, cherry. The benefit is you're not having to wrap, you're just going to have all solid surface there. You have the LG high mat countertops here as well, with your double bowl stainless steel sinks, very residential in style. Back here then you're going to have your convection microwave oven by Frigidaire, so again all name brand appliances that you'll see throughout. You have your 3-burner sealed cooktop here. The benefit here is the sealed part of it. At that point you don't have to do as much of the cleaning. This is going to run off the LP as well. You have your standard residential 18 cubic foot residential refrigerator for your storage, adequate there. Runs off solely with the electric. You have your 2-zone heating and cooling in here as well then too, all through this control panel here. You have your Magnum inverter. That's going to be with your 2,000 watt inverter outside. You have your 4 slide out controls here, your heat tank pump for the winter time, the 12 volt heating pads that's under the holding tanks, and then your black, gray, and white tank adjusters. Here's for your 2-zone heated air conditioning. Nice thing too is you're going to have all these control systems and styles here for your lights, and they're all going to be on a dimmer here in the living area, so you're able to adjust the brightness with your LED lighting. As you walk back here, you're going to have your bathroom area. You have a nice fiberglass shower, not the plastic material, so having a one-piece fiberglass is a little bit something that you see in more of the higher end aspect of it too. As you come back into the bedroom, the benefit of again having a short diesel, you're going to have the king size bed. So having a king size bed in a 34-foot motorhome is very great. Something again you don't typically see this size wise. Back here then you have your standard stackable washer and dryer, and then you have a good amount of storage space back here for your hanging clothes and whatnot in the bedroom. You have good adequate storage then on the passenger side here above as well. A little side hinge on the TV for a little bit more of a privacy storage, and then good deep drawers here in the bedroom as well. As you walk back up into the front again, a little bit more in terms of it is one of the best parts about the Berkshire brand as a whole is the ergonomics that you have into the dash. All the gauges are very visible. You have easy access, easy reach for all your controls here. So it really makes the drive and ride a lot more comfortable and less strenuous for the customer. One of the benefits too that we have with the Forest River Diesel is the equalizer system. This is going to be for your hydraulic leveling. The benefit with the equalizer is you have a hydraulic power down and then you have a hydraulic lift up on there. So versus an electric or spring up, you have the hydraulic, gives you a little bit more power, and equalizer solely works on hydraulic systems as a whole. Slide-out generator is really going to help take down some of the warranty costs, some of the service costs for filters and whatnot on your generator. As you can see, you have a 6,000 kilowatt Onan generator. The way that we do the firewall, you have a 2.5-inch steel firewall. It has all good insulation. All the wiring is really protected from elements. It's clean, it's organized. You have access to your air check valve here. So it really helps for the simplicity. It looks clean, it's organized, and then again you have the protection on the front. On the front, again, you have this nice diamond shield. It's all name brand there, so that's going to really help protect the front of the coach and the paint there as you're traveling down the road. As you can see, we have one of the better paint jobs in the industry as a whole. We use Sikkens automotive paint. With Sikkens, it has a nice elastomer, so it's going to really be able to fluctuate as you go from hot to cold temperatures or vice versa. we go on top of it and use 4 times the clear coat. Most only use 2, but with that 4 times, it gives you some added UV protection. There's a little bit extra gloss, but it's really going to help that paint job last 20 years or longer than you own the coach. As you work your way back, you can kind of see the style of the baggage doors that we have here. They have a seal at the top and they have a seal at the bottom, so it's going to certainly lock in place as you go, but they're going to be thick. Helps keep the insulation strong beneath the body of the coach. Here you have some good storage and shelving in the Berkshire 34 QS. The nice thing too is for the short diesel, you have the ability to have the full pass-through storage. So you have a nice oversized slide-out tray that slides out on either end, but really it's going to be really helps for the storage aspect of it being for that shorter coach, raised rail chassis. You have your exterior entertainment center. Then you also have your slide-out awning here on your passenger slide-out area. Back here, then you have your 13-gallon diesel exhaust fluid tank. Then you have your control systems for the equalizer hydraulic leveling here. It's all color coordinated. It's very easy, very good to work on if need be. Then in the back, you have a little container storage for your liquids and whatnot, steel storage container. Here you have your Atwood on-demand hot water heater. It's a continuous cycle. You're not going to have a 10-gallon or 6-gallon tank, so you're going to get the hot water as needed. Very residential in style. As you can see, it's a 340. Kind of just indicates the engine that you have here on the Berkshire. So you have a 340 horsepower engine to go along with the 2500 Allison transmission. In the back here, you have the 2-piece rear ladder, so it's detachable. So if you don't need it going down the road, you're able to take off the bottom half and store it. You have your standard rear-mounted radiator. Has good airflow capacities, and again, it's all simplistic in its design, where you have easy access to all your fluids and all your oil change filters and whatnot. And then you have your standard rear-mounted backup monitoring camera here as well. Over here you have your 2 12-volt chassis batteries. It has its own auto disconnect switch, which is nice. Then you also have your 2000 watt Magnum inverter. You have your 4 6-volt house batteries that each has its own auto disconnect too. So having an auto disconnect for your house batteries and your chassis batteries allows you to essentially store the coach and cut off all power to it, so you're not going to have any trickle and dead batteries when you go to use it again. This is kind of the bread and butter of the Berkshire design as a whole. It's a water manifold system. Essentially, it's a point-to-point connection. So if you're going down the road, you're going to dry camp, and you think you have a leak in your, say, your kitchen sink cold water, you're able to essentially come over and isolate to that point. Kitchen sink cold water. So rather than having to turn off the water to the whole entire coach, here you can come and isolate it and keep going about your trip. So you won't find this on any other brand or any other diesel at this point, but it's a very cost-effective and very invaluable system as a whole. Here's the alternative side for the driver's side of the slide-out tray. So a good amount of storage. You have your 24.5-gallon LP tank, and then you have, again, on your driver's side, you have your other locking fuel tank capacity there for your 100-gallon fuel tank. Here is where you're going to be able to change any of your fuses. Again, it's a very simplistic design, but it's very organized and clean. We're, again, trying to really help out the customer, help out any of the service work possible by keeping it clean and organized, and allows those that understand what they're doing to get in there and do some of their own work. If not, you have an easy diagram system here that correlates, again, to where the fuses are to help keep the simplicity and work down.